This movie is like punk rock meets millennials meets women's lib meets modern high school teen drama. Let's check this one out, shall we? A young, shy high school girl, Vivian Carter, played by Haley Robinson, becomes inspired by her mother, played by Amy Poehler, and her confident new friend Lucy, played by Alicia Pascual Peña. Once inspired by them, she decides enough is enough with the way young girls are treated at her high school. She then proceeds to publish a zine and leads a small revolution at her school. This movie is based on the book Moxie, written by Jennifer Matthew, and the movie adaptation is directed by Amy Poehler. My overall opinion of this movie, guys, the negative. Not a whole lot. One thing I feel is they could have shortened the film by 20 to 30 minutes. Maybe not so two-dimensional on the bad guys as well. But other than that, really, there wasn't a whole lot of negative per se. And now, life lesson, where I find something we can all learn from the movie that can help us build great lives. On the theme of finding a common problem, using that problem to unite a group of people that also have that common problem. Giving that community that didn't have a voice because it's more people, it's hard to ignore when you unite. Now, this is where I think it's important to form a group that knows what they need to change and how to do it. A group that forms a leader, that has a leader, that leads them with clear long-term and short-term goals. That goal is to teach the repressed group, or the group that doesn't have power, how to fish instead of just make it to where the people in power give them fish for the rest of their lives. You see, giving people fish for the rest of their lives is just creating generational poverty, generational repression. It's not really empowering anyone. I think it's important for the people rising up to learn how to be empowered and learn how to get their own resources so they can not be under someone's control. Hey guys, this is my opinion, and as with anything on this channel, take what you want and leave the rest. But let's build a life worth living one choice at a time. And now the positive, guys. The actors do a pretty good job. Amy Poehler does a really good job. She directed this. I can tell she was involved in it. I really enjoyed all the main characters, all their interactions. I felt like there was definitely more depth into some of them and their issues and such. One specific thing that really kind of surprised me was the boyfriend of one of the main characters that becomes her boyfriend. But nonetheless, he is not overly cheesy supportive. Like, he's supportive. He's just a mature person that respects her needs and such. And I think that was done really well. I was quite impressed by that. I thought, ooh, good. He's not just an overly sensitive guy or something. He's a dude. He supports the person he cares about. But he also set his boundaries to protect himself from her. You know, so that's pretty good. I thought that was pretty cool. Wasn't fake, wasn't forced, like I a lot of times see in these movies. Now for my overall opinion. The complaints that these young people had and wanted to be changed were reasonable and not extreme, not black and white, not all total victim view. They had reasonable boundaries they wanted set, and they wanted boundaries set on one group. They want the boundaries set on them as well, but equally. Not like, oh well, the boys can wear tank tops, but the girls can't. No, either we both wear tank tops or we both can't wear tank tops. They were things as far as like, we don't want to be treated like meat. We want to be heard. We don't want to be pushed off and not heard or not cared about. We want to have a voice. And that kind of was the theme of this movie, and I thought they did a good job not making it all, oh, everyone's horrible kind of thing, but there's just some people who aren't being respectful, and this group wants to be heard of what things how they want to be talked to and how they want to be treated. And in that aspect, I think the movie did a very good job. One thing, I think the movie could have been a little bit shorter. Like I said, it was just a little too long, and it made me feel like I was like, okay, I get the point. Let's get going here. A little bit one-dimensional on the characters in the sense that the bad guys were very just bad. They're bad, or this guy's indifferent. He has no background. There's nothing else to them. I thought that could have been a little bit better as well. The movie itself wasn't like a movie that I would necessarily watch again. I do think it was a good movie. It was a good girl power movie, and I'm all for girl power. I guess I like the idea of hearing one day, well, I was a young girl and I watched this movie and it really inspired me to blah, 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 blah. I like that idea. So I support this movie in that sense. When asked what rating I would give this movie, I personally It wasn't my favorite type of movie, but for the type of movie it was, I do like Amy Poehler. I want to give it a 6 out of 10, guys. 6 out of 10. Till next time.
Hey, yeah, boy.